totally hot off the presses. He literally finished making copies tonight, and you guys can be the first people to buy them over the table, $2. It's a bargain. And you know, zines make really good Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa gifts. So I'm going to be the last one to read. This is my very first read, my first zine. I did write an article about zines, and I brought a couple copies, so if people don't know what zines are, you can read about them. But this is my first time writing one, and I think it's probably really dorky to have a zine release party. And that just tells you how, I just don't even know. So I wrote this zine because this summer I was really hoping to leave New York City, and instead I accepted a job here in New York. And so I decided, instead of just being, instead of being totally down on New York City, I was going to really just try to focus on things that I liked about it. And so in writing the zine, it was a really good process, and I realized there's a lot of things I do like about the city. Also, if you've never written a zine, it's a really amazing experience, because like any other writing you're going to do in your life, it's not edited. You can say whatever you want, write whatever you want, take the photos, do the layout, it's really fun. So my zine is it's called I Heart New York City. Well, not really, but I'm trying. And again, it's all the things I like about New York. And one of the things I like most about New York City is Coney Island. So I'm going to read to you a little bit about Coney Island. Okay. If you bought my zine, you can follow along, page 20. Let's skip around a little bit. Coney Island. I take the B&Q trains to work in the morning. One direction takes me into Manhattan. But if I cross to the other platform, my dear B&Q trains take me to the beach. At my old job, I had Fridays off during the summer, and almost every Friday, when everyone else was heading to work, I would get on the train in the other direction and head to either Brighton Beach or Coney Island. Neither is a beautiful beach. On a summer day, they are packed, and by the end of the day, they are completely trashed with soda cans, beer bottles, and chip bags. But there's something great about the fact that the same trains that take me to work also can take me to the beach. For beaches, Brighton is slightly closer and tends to be less crowded than Coney Island. Brighton Beach, nicknamed Little Odessa, is a Russian neighborhood. There are bountiful fruit stands and grocery stores where I can't decipher any of the product names. It's always an adventure to bite into a crepe bundle, hoping it's stuffed with cheese or fruit, but not meat. But there's no place like Coney Island. Coney Island is also less about the beach than it is about everything else. The rides, the hot dogs, the mermaid parade, the cyclone, the sideshow, and yeah, there's a beach too. Historically, Coney Island was a working class vacation getaway. Because it's accessible by subway, getting to Coney Island is cheaper and quicker than going to Long Island. Being closer means it's easier to spend just the day in Coney Island, which is important if you work a 5 or 6 day work week. It's not too different today. The Hamptons and their less posh neighbors attract professionals and wealthy folks who have the money and time to spend weekends, if not whole summers, at the shore. But Brighton Beach and Coney Island attract a diverse crowd of working class families just in for the day. So now I'm going to talk about parts of Coney Island. The Cyclone. The Cyclone is a famous, old-fashioned wooden roller coaster in Coney Island. It's hard to decide which is the scariest part of the ride. The fear that it could fall apart at any minute, or the fear that your neck will be irreversibly damaged by the constant jostling. Either way, it's very scary. Be sure to secure your valuables. Better yet, leave them with the ride operators. On our Coney Island date, Craig thought he was being very cautious, putting his glasses in his pocket before the ride. However, as we were exiting the ride, he realized that his lens had fallen out of their frames. Your first trip to the Cyclone is $8, and then they'll let you ride again for $5. It's not cheap, and it's even more expensive if you find yourself having to replace your glasses. But it's a must-do. It's open seasonally. The Wonder Wheel. If you're lucky enough to have a date, you should take your date for a ride on the Wonder Wheel. It's the epitome of romance. It's more than your everyday run-of-the-mill Ferris wheel, because some of the parts move on their own track. There's something a little unsettling about moving around the Ferris wheel and then suddenly racing forward. A great excuse to cozy up with your date. Tickets are $6, and you want to get a swinging car. The Cyclones. In New York, there are Met fans and there are Yankee fans. And then there are the Cyclones The Coney Island Cyclones are one of the farm teams for the New York Mets, and they play in a little stadium right by the water. I've never seen a game at Yankee or Shea Stadium, but I can bet you that games at Coney Island are more fun. First of all, tickets start at $7, and the stadium is small enough that any seat is a good seat. Between innings, they have a cute little contest, like making two people in the audience dress up in bagel costumes, one with butter and the other with cream cheese, and then race while the audience cheers on their favorite. I'm a cream cheese girl. Later, mustard and ketchup hot dogs race. Where was relish? Also, it's a Coney Island, which means you can combine the game with a trip to the shooting gallery, or a ride on the Wonder Wheel, or a bag of cotton candy. Cotton candy. So this is the next session. It's called cotton candy. Cotton candy. Probably the best thing about being an adult is that you can have ice cream for breakfast, cake for dinner, and cotton candy anytime you want. The only problem is, cotton candy can be hard to come by, but not at Coney Island. I get cotton candy both because it tastes good, and because I like to see the little kids stare at me with wide-eyed envy. That's right, kid, I imagine saying to them. I'm an adult, and I can have cotton candy whenever I want. In case you've gotten old and forgotten why cotton candy is so good, let me remind you. First of all, it tastes like sugar. Probably because it is sugar, like mixed with air. I'm not really sure, I didn't look it up. And not only does it taste like sugar, but it has this amazing fluffy texture, and it comes in really cute pastel colors. Note, cotton candy turns really gross when it's wet. At one point, I thought it'd be really cool if we all had cotton candy for hair. But then I realized there were two possible downsides to this. First of all, people would constantly be eating your hair. And secondly, when it rains, it would turn into gooey nastiness. So I guess it's best that we have hair for hair and cotton candy on our cones. The Coney Island Museum. I probably know more about Coney Island than you do. But if you go to the Coney Island Museum, that could all change. It's a pretty small place, but it only costs 99 cents. And I really don't know what else you expect for 99 cents. I mean, with inflation and the cost of gas and the recession and everything. I really dig the photos of vintage Coney Island. The old school rides that look really dangerous. And the ladies in the fancy dresses and bonnets who look way too dressed up for an amusement park. And I'm particularly fascinated by the elephant-shaped hotel. There were stairs in the trunk and 2 floors of guest rooms. Like most everything else in vintage Coney Island, the hotel was made of wood and burned down. Thanks.